Okay, Tom Silla here, and today I'm going to demonstrate the first section, or the first half, of the MSV2 Performance Evaluation. This is the Final Cut section. There's another video which goes over the second half, which is the Pro Tools steps. But today I'm going to demonstrate the first half of the eval. Now, the first thing we need to do is get a copy of the Performance Eval folder, which is on the BlueArc server. So if I hit Command K on the keyboard, I can then bring up this window, and you see that the BlueArc address is in my server address window. So I click Connect, and that'll bring me to the BlueArc server. And if I enter the MSV2 folder, you'll see there's a red Performance Eval folder. And if I open that up, there's a bunch of copies of the Performance Eval folder in here. I only need one of them, so I'm going to click on one, select one, hit Copy. Then I'll close this window, and I will, whoops, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to Command V to paste the Performance Eval on my desktop here. So this is copying the eval folder onto this computer. And I wait for that to finish. And now if I open this up, you'll see that I have a Final Cut Events folder and the PDF which contains all the instructions. This PDF is the document that I am following as I go through the steps of this process. So step number one on my PDF of instructions says Open Final Cut Pro X. So usually I can go to Apple menu, Recent Items, and click Final Cut Pro. And this little warning comes up. I just click Continue. And Final Cut Pro opens up. Step two, import all the clips from the following path. And it says MSV2 Performance Eval Final Cut Events. So I go to the File menu and I say Import, and I'm going to import media. That opens up my import window. And then if I click on Desktop here, you'll see that Performance Eval folder, and I want to select the Final Cut Events folder in the Performance Eval folder, and click Import Selected. Now I have the option of adding to an existing event or creating a new event, and I'm going to, according to the instructions, create a new event and call it 0 to Hero. And I can select what drive it goes on, and I think I'll put it on Media 2 since there's more space. I'm going to copy files into the Final Cut Events folder. And I don't need to create proxy media. So I click Import. And this will take a few moments for these shots to be imported. And you can see that I've created a new event here called 0 to Hero, and all the things I just imported are now in here. Step 4, so I already did step 3, create a new event. Step 4, create a new project and name it 0 to Hero VO1. So I can go to the File menu and say New Project, and I can call it 0 to Hero _ VO1, and I want it to be associated with my event 0 to Hero. So I leave this the way it is, click OK. And now I have a project down here in the bottom with no clips in it yet. Step 5, create a keyword collection for the B-roll shots in the following way. Select the 17 video clips, but do not select the audio clips, the 0 to Hero title, or the 4 interview shots. Hit Command K to create a keyword selection from the selected keyword collection from the selected clips. Name the collection B-roll. So I want to select essentially the first 17 video clips here, But I'm not going to select the interviews, which are these kind of close-up shots, or anything below them. So what I can do is click on the first clip that I want, scroll down to clip number 17, the final clip that I want, and I hold down Shift and then click, and it selects all those. I then hit, according to the instructions, Command K. Keyword window comes up. I type B-roll and hit return. And it now has subcategorized those 17 clips into a new little folder here called B-roll. I can see that that's where I can find them. Step 6, create a keyword collection for the interview shots by hitting Command K and selecting the 4 interview shots. So I'm going to come down here to my, oops, I need to be in my main event 0 to hero folder. I'm going to select the 4 interview shots. So I click on the first one, shift click on the last one, hit Command K, and I'm going to type interviews and hit return. So now over here in this window, you see I've added another keyword collection of interviews. And if I click on that, I have those 4 shots. Step 7, show clips in the event browser in list view by pressing the proper button. So I'm going to close my keyword window like so. And this is the list view button right here. And you can see it says, as I hold the pointer on it, show clips in list view. So I click that, and you can see that I have the list of shots here. Step 8, select and play the Antron Brown clip from the beginning and stop after you hear him say, because you didn't qualify for a race. Okay, so let's go up here to Antron Brown, starting at the beginning.
One day you could be a hero because you take the Wally home, and next day you could be a 0 because you got taken out first round and you didn't qualify for a race.
So that's where they want me to stop. Going back to the instructions, press O to set an endpoint at that location. So when I hit O, you can see that this yellow box now marks the in and out points of the piece of the clip that I just selected. Number 9, mark as favorite by hitting F. So when I hit F, watch what happens at the top of this yellow box up here when I hit F. A green line appears. So now I have marked this section of the clip as a favorite. Number 10, in a similar fashion, mark selections for each of the following clips. The range for each is indicated by the dialogue, and mark each one as a favorite. So the John Force clip, starting with There's Nothing Like, ending with Greatest Feeling in the World. So I go to John Force, going to play that clip.
There's nothing like being out there on that start line when it's side by side. You know, 2 of you going at it, trying to win. It's the greatest feeling in the world.
So I want to stop there. I'm going to hit O and then F to mark that as a favorite. Back to the instructions. Tony Pedregon, the breed of the drag racer, and then ending with Has No Fear. So I'm going to click Tony Pendergon, play.
I think the drag racer is really a different breed, you know, and I think there's a lot of different things that attract us to the sport, whether you've just grown up around it or whether you were exposed to it at a later age, but the breed of the drag racer.
Okay, now I've gone a little bit past where I want to start, so I can use the J key to go backwards. I can use K to stop and L to go forwards.
The breed,
So this is where I want to start. So I'm going to hit I. That's my in.
The breed of the drag racer is someone that loves the adrenaline rush and to some degree that has no fear.
Okay, that's where I want to stop. So I hit O. And then I hit F to mark that as a favorite. Now there's 2 pieces of the Tony Schumacher clip. The first one is Nobody Wakes Up and Thinks, and then ends with Averaged My Whole Life. So let's go to the Schumacher.
Particular moment where you have to perform everything. Nobody wakes up.
Okay, that's where I want to start. So I'm going to back up a little.
Let's get one.
And I'm going to hit I there for in.
Nobody wakes up and thinks hope I'm just average my whole life.
So that's the end of the first part. So I hit O. Now I've marked the in and outs of that, and now I can hit F, and that's a favorite. Now even if I change the in and outs, I'll still have that section marked as a favorite, so I can go back to it. The second part of this clip I need is people dream of that massive, and then ending with big monster moment.
People dream of bottom of the ninth, bases loaded. Whether they're in high school playing baseball or playing football or that homecoming game, no one dreams it's a blowout game. People dream for that massive.
Okay, that's the part I want to start with.
Time. People dream.
So I want to start here. I hit I.
People dream for that massive, you have to suck it up, big monster moment.
That's where I want to end, so I hit O, and then I hit F to mark that as a favorite. So I've marked all my favorites. Step 11, display just the favorite portions of these clips. From the Filters pop-up menu, choose Favorites. So this is my Filters pop-up menu right now. You can see I had all clips, but I can change it to Favorites. So now just the favorite sections that I marked are displayed when I look at a clip. Step 12, show the clips in the event browser in film strip view. So I'm going to come back to this control, and you can see this is the film strip button. Click that, and now I have my film strip view. Number 13, in the event browser, select the Antron Brown clip. So I click on Antron Brown. Now I can click the append button or hit the letter E. So this is my append button right here. If I click this, it'll move Antron Brown clip into the timeline. I can also just hit the letter E. And you can see after I hit E, that Antron Brown clip is now the first clip in my timeline. Now I'm going to put the other clips in. Step 14, starting with John Force. So I click on John Force, I hit E, Tony Pendergon, I hit E, Schumacher 1, I hit E, Schumacher 2, I hit E. So you can see I have all 5 video interview clips now in my timeline. 15, making sure the timeline window is selected. So I can do that by clicking right here, and it already was selected. Press Shift-Z to fit all the clips in the timeline window. So if I hit the keys Shift and Z, you'll see that the timeline spreads out to fill my window using the maximum amount of space without going outside the window. Number 16, drag the Schumacher clip where he says nobody wakes up from its current position to the start of the timeline. So I think that's this clip here, the first Schumacher clip.
Nobody wakes up and thinks, you know, gosh, I hope I'm just average my whole life.
Now we want to drag this clip to the beginning of the timeline, and it's very simple. I just grab it and put it right there, and everything else moves aside. Number 17, select the B-roll keyword collection in the event library. So here I click on B-roll. Now you'll see that there are no clips. The reason I don't see any clips is that I have this on favorites. I want to change this back to all clips, and now I will see all the clips. On the race start clip, mark an in point right before the cars take off and an out point at the end of the clip. So come down here to my race start, and I find I can just scan moving my pointer to the place where the cars start moving. I'm going to back it up a little from there, click on it, hit I for in, and now I've marked that clip appropriately. Make a connect edit or cue with this selection to the John Force clip in the timeline right after he says, 2 of you go at it. So we'll come down to John Force.
Like being out there on that start line when it's side by side, you know, 2 of you going at it.
Right there is where I wanted to append this clip. So I click up here to select the yellow box that I made, and I hit the letter Q. And you can see that now that clip is above the John Force clip, and here's how it looks when I play it.
Going at it.
Okay, that's approximately where I want it. Step number 19, lower the audio level of the race start clip to -20 dB by dragging the audio level line downward. Hold Command for finer increments. So I have my volume line here, and if I put the pointer, you'll see it says 0 dB. I want to drag it down until it says minus 20 dB. Now, I can maybe hit it exactly on minus 20, but maybe not. So I hold Command, and I can move in finer increments. And you see I can get it exactly on minus 20. There. Step 20, mark an endpoint 5 seconds from the start of the 0 to hero time clip and append it to the end of the timeline. Okay. So the 0 to hero title clip is in my main 0 to hero folder. And I scroll down. Here it is. So this is the clip they're talking about, the animated title. And they want it to be 5 seconds from the start. So here's my 0 to hero clip, title clip, and I want to put the playhead exactly on 5 seconds. So I get it approximately there, and then I can use the arrow keys to move back and forth until this number here in the middle of the screen is exactly at 5 seconds. Then I hit O for out, so I have exactly the first 5 seconds of this clip, the title clip. Now I'm going to hit E, and you'll see that it appears at the end of the timeline per the instructions. Step 21, add fades to the start and end of the timeline by clicking the Transitions menu pop-up window. So this is my Transitions button here. That brings up transition, my selection of transitions. I can then click on Dissolves, the word Dissolves, and here's the Fade to Color Dissolve. So I can drag this dissolve, pop it in the end of the movie right there, and pop it in the beginning of the movie there. Make sure it's there, yes. This creates a fade in at the beginning and a fade out at the end. 22, show the project library and select the 0 to hero project. So to show the project library, I'm going to click this button, which takes me out of the single project I'm working on and shows me all of my projects in a list. And here's the one that we just created. And I want to make sure it's selected, so I click on it. It was already selected, so that's okay. And then 23, go to File, Share, Master File Default. So File menu, Share, Master File. What I'm going to be doing here is exporting the video that I just created. That brings up a window. And if I click Settings on this window, you'll see that I want video only as the format. It's already set that way, and that's fine. I'm going to change the codec to Apple ProRes 422. And all the rest of this looks good. I don't need to open with QuickTime when it's done, so I can just say do nothing. I'm going to click Next. And now it's asking me where I want to save this video. And what I'm going to do is go to the desktop and put it right inside my Performance Eval folder so I know where it is. So I click Save. And I can see the number here, the progress. It's going pretty fast. It's already halfway done. Next step is number 24, File menu, Export XML. What this means is that I'm exporting the audio as an XML format. I'm going to put it in the same place I put the video, the Performance Eval folder. Click Save, and that should just take a few seconds. Now, step 25, open X2Pro Audio Convert and choose the following settings. So I want the program X2Pro. So I do a search, and there it is. I'm going to open it up. Now, I want the source file to be the XML file that I just created from Final Cut. So I click Browse. I go to the desktop. I go to my Performance Eval folder, and here is that XML file we just created, which is the audio. So I click Open. Now this is the destination. This is where X2Pro is going to put the AAF file. So I click Browse. And I want to put it again in the same Performance Eval folder. So I click Select Folder. And I click Start. Now this may happen to you, which is a little warning sign that says there are audio files that cannot be accessed by X2Pro. So I click OK. And it looks like there's some files on the media drive, or perhaps on the media 2. Oh, here we go. Inaccessible locations, media 2. So I'm going to click the add button, and I'm going to select media 2 and just say select. So now I've told X2Pro that it can access these media drives. And I can see X2Pro is now finished converting the XML to an AAF. I can now quit X2Pro, quit Final Cut. And if I open this Performance Eval folder, you will see that I now have my .mov, which is my video only of the QuickTime that we just created. And here is the AAF. This is the audio that I'm going to use in Pro Tools. From here, you can go to the next video, which explains the Pro Tools section of the Performance Eval. Thank you.